Hey, welcome back, guys. We are in full assembly mode here. We just got the crankshaft cleaned up, and we got the main caps there. We have to clean those yet. Have the cylinder head disassembled, so we're going to be putting that back together. Got some new valve stem seals to go in that. All that stuff has to be cleaned yet, but we have it well organized and everything. And wanted to show you the block. It's set in here, and it is not painted yet, but that's what we're getting ready to do next. We're getting ready to do some paint. And first I wanted to show you what we're doing with the crankshaft here. You can see where they took a little bit of metal out there and right there to balance it. So instead of drilling the holes, they did it that way. Never seen that before, but I'm sure that'll work. And anytime you get stuff back from the machine shop, you always want to clean it. And here's a good example why. This was brand new whenever I first started. Sprayed, we cleaned the crankshaft first. We sprayed it down with some simple green, scrubbed it up, got all the surface oil off of it and everything, and then hosed that off just with some water, high pressure water, and then we cleaned out. We blew air over it to dry it off. And then I actually sprayed some WD-40 on it a little bit just to keep it from rusting, and then went through in the oil holes and sprayed brake clean down in the oil holes, and then plunged this down and back, and you can see the residue that's left over. Now this crank wasn't hot tanked or anything like that. Really all it needed was polished, and we had the oil holes chamfered, but that's about all we did with this one, besides the balance, of course. But we wanted to clean the oil holes, and I'm glad I did. Even beyond spraying it down with simple green and working a brush around it, and I mean I sprayed down inside the holes with the high pressure hose, but you can see using a little bit of brake clean with this what you get. And the second one came off nice and clean, so we know all the oil passages are good to go. We have our 2.3 oil pump drive gear put there, so we're good there. And I'm going to show you a little trick with painting the block here. And you can see it's paint's not real good there, but we're going to be covering that up with some fresh paint. You see here where I took a grinder and just kind of took the casting flash off the block here. And this just makes it a little easier whenever you're working on it, so you don't have that sharp ridge there. Eliminate some stress risers, and also right here, ground that down just to get rid of that sharp edge there. And I want to show you a little trick here. Instead of masking all this off, so I have to mask off there. Of course, we're gonna put all the plugs back in the block and everything. There's one in the front here and a couple in the back. We got one in here, so we're gonna put all those in. But before we paint. But I want to show you a little trick here for these flat surfaces. So what we do is just add a little bit of oil there, like that, just a little bit. Normally I do this with 2 hands, but just kind of rub that on this surface. And of course, now whenever we paint, the paint's not going to stick to that. And so I'll just spray paint the block, and oh, I got my hand in the way there. So I'll let's get back a little bit here. We'll spray paint the block, and then I'll go back with, even after it dries, you can go back with a rag and scrape that off. Sometimes you have to use a razor blade to get it off, but we'll be doing that to the oil pan rail, and also to the deck of the block. That way, any overspray, I don't have to worry about it. If it gets on there, it's no big deal. Whenever we're done, we'll just wipe that with a rag, and whatever doesn't come off the rag, like I said, you can just use a razor blade. But we got all kind of things going on here, as you can see. So we're doing good. We use the deck plate to bore it and hone it, and everything's going good. So next time you see that little guy, it's going to be going into there, and the block will be painted, and we'll have all the plugs in the block. So thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Like and subscribe.